Shania, can I go get my water? Betty in the airport want to get it to me to Debbie. Good. She said, no, great. And let me tell you, the creeps come out at the gym at night. Hello my loves, it's Naya. Welcome back to another video. It just felt so refreshing to say that. I haven't said that in a minute. I mean, and I'm sure you guys could tell. So I'm not gonna do too much talking. You guys already saw the title, that's why you clicked on this video. So let me get straight into it. Before you do, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. I'm moving into my dorm soon, so more college videos are soon to come. I'm first gonna start off with skin prep. I feel like I never tell you guys my skin prep, so I'm gonna tell you guys what I do. I use this discoloration correcting serum from Good Molecules. I'm gonna go in with that first. And if you see me looking over here to my right, it's because my mirror is there as well. Then I'm gonna go in with the Mary Kay hydrating moisturizer. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of aloe vera gel. I'm gonna focus more so under my eyes, and this helps me prevent creasing, just this little extra bit of moisture. Where have I been? Where have I been? Where have I been? I'm not really sure when the last video, or when I posted the last video. I think it was about like 4 weeks ago, a month, maybe 3 weeks, I don't know. So yeah, I've been on a little hiatus, I guess, not on purpose. Like, y'all don't know how bad I wanted to post, but I literally just could not sit down and really find the time. So pretty much when summer started, like, my school gets off earlier, so I kind of had, like, I want to say, I don't know if it's a month because I don't remember the exact dates, but I had a good amount of time to myself, and I was just bored, or not really bored, more so just calm, because there was nothing to do. I was just living life. But I knew that my life would get more hectic later on as the summer progressed. I just didn't know how hectic it would be. So pretty much, I guess I can start, like, I was working, and it was a job with kids as a camp counselor, and I really did enjoy it. However, it is seasonal, so it didn't last all summer, thankfully, but I would be working full-time because, you know, it is a camp, so I was working 8 to 4 every single day. The only thing we had off was holidays. And honestly, like, I don't mind that because the pay was good. And honestly, like, working with kids too, it's fun. It really is fun because we're really, like, as counselors, because my coworkers were my age, around my age as well, and it was like we're just kids in charge of kids, like, pretty much. Although of course we had to put our foot down a lot. Let me tell you about them kids, y'all. Let me tell you about them kids. They just had every ounce of personality. You had some, like, that would just mouth off to you for no reason. And I don't know why, but this summer, this group of kids, I would say, like, this, I really like this summer. I really connected with the kids more this summer, and they're different sets of kids each summer. There are a lot of returners as well, But I really connected with the kids more this summer. But they were, especially when they had their little cliques, when they were around their friends, they wouldn't care. They would say anything and think that we would just go for it. And it's like, It even came to a point where, like, okay, for example, when we would go to the cafeteria was in a different room than like our main room where, you know, the kids came and put their stuff and did like inside work. So when we would go to the cafeteria, when we would go to the gym, when we would go outside, we had a big issue with the kids leaving like water bottles. And walking to the cafeteria was not a bad walk, but it was just, you know, inconvenient, obviously, to do it all the time. But going out to the field, it's like that was low-key a whole mission. Like, and it was hot outside, and mind you, anytime that we were coming inside, it was only for like an hour max, because we're really like a more so outdoor camp, so we're supposed to be like playing sports and stuff outside or in the gym. So yeah, they would always leave their water bottles, and it came to a point where we're like, the next person that leaves their water bottles is doing push-ups. Like I was saying, the next person that leaves their water bottle is doing push-ups. Yeah, you're doing push-ups because you remember, you remembered your water. You know, you came in this cafeteria or outside with a water bottle. Like, you don't crave that water and then want to go. Oh, what would annoy me even more, or not really annoy me, it was just like, bro, they would say, oh, like, I don't need my water bottle, and we would always tell them, like, you need your water, like, bring your water. And some of them would just be like, no, I don't really need it. Be like, I mean, we can't really force it, these are not our kids, and I would like to keep the job, so I can't really do much at that point. And then an hour, or not even 10 minutes after we're outside, Miss Shania, can I go get my water? We did tell them no sometimes. We did. But that would be like, oh, because we're about to go inside in like 2 minutes. That's literally it. But we had to go, because at the end of the day, like, they're kids. Like, they don't really know any better, and they're just gonna learn, but people have to give them grace in order for them to learn and not be, you know, hard on themselves. But boy, I lied, that was annoying. Like, it was annoying. I said it wasn't annoying earlier, but it was annoying. But yeah, so that was that. But yeah, I really did connect with the kids more, and I really did enjoy that. I feel like it was so intricate. I mean, it was so interesting. It was so interesting to kind of like look at how the kids act, and sometimes figure out like certain dynamics. Like, in a way, I was like, you know, kind of just studying their interactions. I'm like, this is how I acted as a kid. Like, this is like how I was when I was younger. Like, I don't know. Which I know a lot of the stuff, like, times are different, so they act way different. They act so grown, and it's kind of unbelievable, but at the same time, they act like a kid. So it's like, sometimes I'll be like, why are you crying? But then I remember, like, oh, they're not as grown as they try to act. I was doing that, and I was doing that for a good 2 weeks, and I was going to the gym too. This whole summer, I've been very much consistent in the gym, and I am so proud of myself. Like, and I'm gonna keep going because there's more work to be done, and I just love the gym at the end of the day. Like, even if there was no more work to be done, I would still go, you know, to maintain it, to just be happy, because truly the gym is my outlet. Like, in high school, I was doing sports all 4 years, or like I was always involved in something. Like, I was a track manager, I did winter cheer and fall cheer, and then track in the spring. So I was always doing something. I was always keeping myself busy, and those were like my outlets. And when I got to college, obviously I wasn't playing any more sports, so I had to create that outlet for myself. Something that didn't require other people, because friends are outlets as well, but what are you gonna do when your friends are not there? Because your friends are not always going to be there. So I'm really proud of myself. I came a long way, and I used to work out and I lost weight around like COVID, like pretty much when everybody else as well either gained or like lost weight or whatever. I was like working out, but I never was a gym girly. Like I was always an at-home workout. I would do 45-minute cardio, 30-minute cardio every single day, and I would put a sweet sweatband on, and I was in a calorie deficit, so that really helped. I lost, I want to say, about like 20 pounds, and it didn't look like a drastic difference, but to me it was a drastic difference. Along with that, I was like growing into my face and stuff, so there's a lot that had to do with that. So like when I was restarting this process of like working out and really getting consistent, which really didn't start in the summer, it started in the beginning of my freshman year. So yeah, this is just a continuation of what I started last year. Yeah, I was going to the gym all summer. It was like for 2 weeks work and gym were overlapping, as in like I would have to work and go to the gym on the same days. I would get off work, I would have 2 hours, I would allow myself, and then go to the gym because I didn't want to be at the gym too late. But then boom, it's like everything was just building up. It was like, okay, first I had work, then I had school, then boom, my class started. It started off cool, but towards the end, and the end is literally today, it was a 6-week summer class. It was an accounting class. It was online, and it was 2 hours after work. So I'll get home from work, have 2 hours to myself, which really felt like 30 minutes, and then I would try to like fit in a quick nap or something, and then I'll go to the gym afterwards. And let me tell you, the creeps come out at the gym at night. It be the dads. Oh my gosh, y'all. Let me tell you, I seen this guy come up to me, okay, and I don't know, okay. I seen this guy, he came up to me, I was drying off my face, and he had like a note open on his phone, and he typed like a message, and all I could read, he had something in big font, he had something in little font. Whenever a man approaches me, I am instantly in fight or flight mode, because not only are you a stranger, you are a male stranger, okay? Not saying men are scary, but men that you don't know are scary, especially when you're alone and there's nobody else there, and you know you're going straight home, but it's dark outside. Like, it's scary. So yeah, he comes up to me with the note, and it said something like, "You look amazing," in like bold font. That's all I read, that "You look amazing," and then it had something in smaller font, which I bet was some devious, sneaky little freaky message. I bet it was, but like I said, I was just in fight or flight, so I'm just like taking a quick glance at the phone to make sure he don't sneak me or something. Like, get down. Like, no, that was not that. No, I'm at the gym. I just got finished with cardio at this time. Like, he would win. Any other time, no, but this time he would win. Okay, I was tired. I looked at him and I go, "I'm a minor." Straight like this. I'm not a minor, but get out my face. Can, God forbid, a girl work out in peace? And he looks at me and he goes, "Oh." He's like, "You're joking." I'm like, "No." And I walk away before he could say anything else. That only happened one time. No, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, the creeps come out at night," because that's really guys have tried to like hit on me like, "Oh, can I get your number? But it was always in like, you know, a respectful manner. It was not like on some weird like how that guy was. And that's only been like a couple times. So that is just one isolated event, but that was just so scary. And I was just like, not to mention, right, I see him in the gym again. He's with a boy, okay, like a boy that looks like about 15, 16, 17, something like that. Do not tell me this is your son, sir. Do not tell me you have a son, sir. That's all I gotta say is So I was balancing work, school, and the gym, and I was honestly doing it good because I'm a person who likes routine. I like having a set routine every day. Like, that's why I really did like school. I realized I didn't really like school for like school itself, but I like school for the routine, for the structure, for the discipline. It's like I have this, and even though it would stress me out sometimes, I liked how it worked my brain, how I was able to see my friends. So yeah, I like structure and balance. And I feel like the gym was a good outlet, and work wasn't too stressful. It was just kind of like the mindset of the fact that I have to be here. Like, I signed up for this job, I have to be here. That's how I'd feel some days. I'm like, dang, like how long is it until these kids are getting picked up? I would also say my coworkers, they're the ones that made it all the more enjoyable because, like I said, they're around my age, so we would just like joke and laugh, and we would really just have fun. And we're all just like chill, cool, like no drama, nothing. So, but then towards the end, right, of my classes, I guess I was kind of getting like that same senioritis feeling, although I never used to get senioritis. Like, if anything, I would be like, it's like the reverse, like keep going, like you're almost to the end, it's too late to quit now. Like, that's the type of mindset I would have my senior year. But this was like a different type of, I don't know, it feels like I was being dragged along for so long. It felt like it was too much. But the only thing like that really kept me going is like just being grateful overall that I'm able to afford a class like this, because I did, even though I'm not paying for it, I did see that price when I signed up, and I was like, whoa, for one class. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought since I lived in the area, like residents get community college for free. But that was only in high school because it was through my high school, so that really didn't click to me just yet. It was very hard, but I'm glad I kept pushing. And like I said, today was the last day. Like, I finished all my work and I did an exam, and I did my exam, I did all my homeworks. The last few homeworks were really dragging me through. They really were. Like, I was fighting so hard, and you know, for the longest I would just be used to that, but I realized that's a very masculine approach, and I've learned so much about femininity and resting in your feminine and prioritizing rest and all of that. And I just felt like it was, that whole process of doing that class and balancing everything was just making me tap more into my masculine energy. Like, I felt more irritable. I just felt like how I used to feel, like how I always needed to feel like I needed to be in control, when ultimately, like, no, like on another level, like I'm definitely not in control. Okay, I'm kind of glad that it's over, but at the same time I'm glad that I went through that, because then I learned how to keep pouring into myself and resting in my femininity, even when times are hard, even when, you know, I'm feeling like lashing out because I'm stressed about this class. Like, I keep it as cool as I can be. It was like a test. It allowed me to juggle multiple things at once, but that's really nothing new to me. I've always been that type of person, so I feel like I always am just a magnet to those type of things. For example, when I was younger, I kid you not, my mom would drive me straight to dance right after soccer practice. I'll be taking off shin guards in the car, cleats go in the trunk, like, and some days it was the opposite. Some days I would have the cleats in the car, shin guards, because I had like a dance rehearsal and a soccer game on the same day. Soccer games every Saturday. Multitasking, being busy always is never anything new to me. I mean, I told you guys that was when I was younger, like starting all the way from the age of 8. And then I told you in high school I was doing something like from COVID, because my freshman year was during COVID. I started cheer that COVID year. When am I never not doing something? When am I never not busy? I will say, you guys, I did spend a good amount of time with my friends. We were able to make a bucket list. Did we do everything on that? No. But either way, just the idea and the thought of a bucket list that we decorated, we came together, we ate food, we colored. Like, I just loved all of that. We had a lot of group activities, and even if some couldn't make it, you know, everybody else that could was there. It was just really fun. And last summer I did have friends and I would go out with them from time to time, but it wouldn't be like all the time. But I still enjoyed that. Nonetheless, I still enjoyed that. And luckily my parents have realized that they cannot, you know, put a tag on me. But also, mom and dad, if you're watching this, no, do not take that wrongly. They also trust me. They understand the type of person that I am. I've always shown them that they can trust me, so they have no reason not to, other than, you know, their own thoughts and worries. So thankful for that. Unfortunately though, I went absolutely nowhere this summer. Quite depressing, yeah. My family, they went to other states, and literally I always had to do something. I think like the first time they went on a road trip, I had stuff to do, like I had to stay at home. So I don't know what is up with that, but I like to rationalize it by saying, like, you know, it's to prepare me for when I get my own apartment and I'm at the house by myself alone, and just to get that feeling of what it feels to have an apartment, you know. It truly is peaceful to, you know, be home alone and have that time. Like, you really just sit down with your own thoughts and just get to really do whatever you want to do. Like, I could play music at any time. It was a little scary sometimes because I freak myself out, like, who's in the house? But realistically, nobody. Yeah, realistically, nobody. Yeah, I really did enjoy being here by myself. Honestly, I'm ready to go back to campus. Today is currently Monday. I mean, yeah, it's Sunday, 11:50, but it's basically Monday, and I move in a week, which means next Monday. And I know this week is gonna go by fast. I'm so excited to be back on campus. Like, so excited. Like, I'm ready to, and especially since I really only get 1 week to myself due to the fact that I had school and whatever like this, I'm just gonna live it up this week. Like, I don't know what that looks like yet, but I'm just gonna live it up because I've been working really hard and I don't usually give myself credit. And so now I'm gonna start today with giving I'm gonna start today with giving myself credit. And I feel like I need to celebrate myself more, because I'm always mad, like, why doesn't anybody ever appreciate anything that I do for them? And do I ever appreciate what I do for myself and how hard I work? Betty in the airport want to get it to me today. Good. She said, no, I'm great. Skin like honey with a coat bottle shake. I'm so excited to move back into my dorm. It's me and that same roommate from last year or last semester, Raphael. Yes, but this time we have a double. Last year we had a quad, not by choice, and it was cool. It was okay, but of course not ideal. So this time we have a double, and it's just us. We already picked out, if you've been following me on TikTok, you would see I went dorm shopping, and we have this kind of like gold or this neutral kind of like mute colors with gold accents. It's so cute, so pretty. Like, I love that aesthetic for my room as well. So of course it only makes sense to do that in the dorm, and I just love that we can agree to this. Like, nobody, I don't feel like anybody had to compromise. I mean, I didn't have to compromise. Oh, she didn't have to compromise. So yeah, and we're just each making it our own, but still doing like a theme. It's cute. It's gonna be cute, and I can't wait for you guys to see more of the college content. I hope that I'm able to stay consistent. I'm gonna try my best to stay consistent with vlogs, and I really think it's so cool to just watch pretty much a documentation of my college life. Like, this is so interesting, so unique. I'm sure if my parents had, you know, it on YouTube too, I would probably watch that as well. So like, imagine what my kids would think, you know? I don't know if I'll do a packing vlog. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know about moving, because sometimes when the day is already hectic in itself, adding a camera and filming into that can really overstimulate me. That happens to me a lot. I get overstimulated a lot. So I don't know. So you guys, here is the final look. Where am I going? Nowhere. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Nothing good. Thanks for vibing.